Hello, Oracles! Oracle Tim here from Oracle Investments. Who is excited for the Cybertruck? Well, I know I'm excited. I reserved mine on Friday. I plan on getting the quad motor, and as an investor, I am also extremely excited. And today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why to be even more excited about the release of the Cybertruck. Reason number 1, the Cybertruck is going to be a high-margin vehicle. Most likely, nobody knows for sure yet, but most likely the margins are going to be probably similar to like the Model X. So the China Model Y is around 30% margins, just under 30%. So I'm going to guess that the Cybertruck might be around about 35% margins. Obviously, nobody knows for sure. We won't know until pricing comes out, and even then, it'll be harder to tell. But let's go with a 35% number as a margin. And that 35% is going to lay the base work for the rest of this whole entire video to explain why, as an investor, you are really going to want to be invested in Tesla stock. Now, the second reason is good for investors, not so much for people buying the truck, but most likely prices are going to be going up. The prices previously were between $39,000 and $69,000, depending on which trim you were going with, whether the single, double, or triple motor version. Elon has stated that they're coming up with a quad motor version first. They've pulled pricing. All of pricing for Tesla vehicles has gone up about 20% this year. So I'm going to venture a guess if the tri-motor was around $70,000 before, and a quad motor would probably be around $80,000 or so. If you tack 20% onto that, and then any other bells and whistles or FSD, you're probably looking around about $100,000 for a quad motor. And the third reason to be super excited about the Cybertruck is the demand. So when I put my reservation in, based strictly off of reservation numbers, I'm at about 3.4 million in line. That doesn't take into account anybody who has canceled along the way. I'm sure some people maybe put in, because initially you were able to pick your trim, so I'm sure people maybe put in multiple reservations, one for each trim because it's $100 and you can cancel. So I'm sure there's going to be cancellations. I'm sure there already have been cancellations based upon the fact that we've been delayed now for a year. So let's say, for sake of this discussion, we're going to go with 2.5 million vehicles still reserved for the Cybertruck at this moment. And with that many reservations, even if the Cybertruck ramps similar to the Model Y, we may see 30 to 50,000 of them come out in the first 6 months. And then depending on what time they start the production this year in 2022, we might see like 75,000 of them hit the roads by the end of the year. And if they continue that ramp, I'm going to guess that we would see probably 250,000 more come out in 2023. And even if they manage to get themselves up to a 500,000 vehicle per year ramp rate, I mean, you're still looking at 6 to 7 years before just the reservations alone are fulfilled. That doesn't even include anybody who wants to buy one after it actually gets released and hits the road and people are like, ooh, what's that? I want one. And now I'm sure Elon's got something up his sleeves. Maybe they're going to start producing this at another factory as well. I don't know. I mean, like, Berlin does not seem like the place that they would want to ramp up the Cybertruck. Personally, I don't know where all these reservations are being held, but I've been to Europe. The streets are small. It's not really like a place that you would drive a truck around. So chances are it's not going to be over there. Who knows? I know we're going to get a lot more information on the roadmap when Elon gives it to us at the Q4 earnings call, so I'm really looking forward to that, to get a lot more information about this. And so to finalize all of this, put it all together into, I'm an investor, what do the dollars mean to me? What does this mean for Tesla's business? Well, let's say that the quad motor is 1/3 of the reservations. So out of the 2.5 million reservations out there, 830,000 are for the quad motor. If each one of these is going to cost $100,000 and 35% of that is margin, that's $35,000 per vehicle. So 35,000 times 830,000 is $29 billion in profit. That's profit, not revenue, profit, just from the quad motor Cybertruck reservations right now. And you put that over the span of the 6 to 7 years that it's going to be coming out, that's like $4 billion in profit per year just from a quad motor Cybertruck. It'll be a little bit less margin going into the dual motor. I don't know if they're going to have a tri-motor. Based on what Sawyer Merritt's tweet said, it sounds like they're going to have a dual and a quad. Again, we'll know for sure on the Q4 earnings call from Elon. And what also makes this awesome is the fact that, when Shanghai was ramping up, we saw, a margin hit because, as Elon has said himself, that ramping a new factory is costly and it hits your margins pretty hard. And we have 2 factories that are going to be ramping this year between Austin and Berlin. So now if you have a vehicle such as the Cybertruck, which is going to be higher margin coming out, on top of the S and the X, which are also going to be ramping up higher out of Fremont, that's going to offset a lot of those margin hits out of those other 2 factories. And if those 2 factories can push a margin similar to Shanghai with the Y at 30%, I mean, margins are going to be looking really good this year. So I'm very interested in following that, if they can hold that 30% throughout Q2 and Q3 this year as the ramp is really pushing up for those 2 factories. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have reserved a Cybertruck and what your most anticipated part of this is, whether it's from a purchasing standpoint, whether it's from an investing standpoint. What are you looking forward to most out of the Cybertruck? Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Like this video and sign yourself up for notifications. I will keep you guys posted on any of Elon's sales if there was anything from last Friday that hasn't been posted yet, or anything else that goes on over the course of the day today, and I will share that with you guys tonight. Thank you so much. Have a great one.